Welcome to Willpower Not Required, the podcast that gives you quick, easy, and effective tips that you can use today to improve your health and help you live your life to the fittest. No willpower or white knuckling required. I'm your host, Lauren Whitfield. Let's get started. Today's tip is to use your hands. Hands up if you are or have ever been a calorie counter. After all, weight loss is easy, right? Just focus on calories in versus calories out and burn more calories than you take in. Well, no, either it's not that simple or everyone who struggles with dieting and weight loss is just a complete failure. Well, I'm going to go with the former. Weight loss isn't just a math equation. It's not as simple as punching your information into one of those online calorie counters, figuring out how much you need to eat in order to maintain your weight, and then cutting calories or eating less. Then poof, weight loss. Why isn't it that simple? Well, first off, all calories are not created equal. Take one of those 100 calorie snack packs of mini cookies versus the 100 calories in 2 whole apples. Could you eat 2 apples in one sitting? Well, I bet you could eat more than one snack pack. Not only do those 2 things fill you up differently, but your body reacts to and processes them differently. And even more confusing and frustrating is the fact that every body is different and will process calories differently. Next, you have to assume that the calorie estimates for the calories you're counting for foods in websites and databases are correct, and often they're not. In fact, research has shown they can be off by about 25% because of incorrect labeling, laboratory measurement error, and food quality. Then, of course, there's the calories outside. Estimating your calorie expenditure or calorie burn each day comes with another 25% measurement error because of the equipment you're using, laboratory measurement errors, and individual differences. So that's a possible 25% error on the calories inside and another 25% error on the calories outside. Calorie counting seems like a lot of work for a lot of error. And well, because it's a lot of work, it's often hard to maintain anyway. Well, I'm not saying that keeping track of what you eat and measuring or keeping an eye on your portions isn't important. It's critical to the process to keep track of what and how much you eat. I'm just suggesting there's a better and simpler way to do all that than counting calories. And that way involves only your hand. Use your hand to gauge your food portions. Your palm determines your protein portions. Your fist determines your veggie portions. Your cupped hand determines your carb portions, and your thumb determines your fat portions. For protein-dense foods like meat, fish, eggs, dairy, and legumes, use a palm-sized serving, the same width and thickness as your palm. In general, men will aim for 2 palm-sized servings per meal, and women will aim for 1. A serving of veggies is the size and thickness of your fist. Although no one ever gained weight eating too many veggies, so don't worry too much about that. Just eat as much as you want. For carbohydrate-dense foods like grains, starches, or fruits, use a cupped hand to determine your serving size. Again, men will aim for 2 servings per meal and women will aim for 1. For fat-dense foods like oils, butters, nut butters, nuts and seeds, use your entire thumb to determine your serving size. Of course, if you're a bigger person, you probably have a bigger hand. And if you're a smaller person, you likely have a smaller hand. So as it turns out, our own hand is a personalized and portable measuring device for food intake. Based on the guidelines earlier, which will assume you'll be eating about 4 times a day, you'll now have a simple and flexible guide for meal planning. For men, 2 palms of protein-dense foods with each meal, 2 fists of vegetables with each meal, 2 cupped hands of carb-dense foods with most meals, and 2 entire thumbs of fat-dense foods with most meals. For women, you'll aim for about 1 palm of protein-dense foods with each meal, 1 fist of vegetables with each meal, 1 cupped hand of carb-dense foods with each meal, and 1 entire thumb of fat-dense foods with most meals. Of course, this is just a starting point. Try it out and adjust for hunger and fullness. You might also adjust for your specific goals. For example, if you're trying to gain weight and you're having trouble gaining, you might add another cupped palm of carbohydrates or another thumb of fats. On the other hand, if you're trying to lose weight but you're not seeing the results you want, you might eliminate a cupped palm of carbohydrates or a thumb of fats at particular meals. As I mentioned earlier, it's extremely important to be aware of what and how much you're eating. You can achieve this by weighing, measuring, recording, and counting calories, or you can use your hand for portion size and focus more on just choosing healthier foods. When you take the stress out of counting macros, calories, and portions, you can start to relax more around your food, enjoy eating, and start to see the results you want. Willpower not required. Thanks so much for listening. I'd love to hear from you, so send me your tips, questions, or feedback. You can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Fired Up Fitness Coaching, or email me at willpowernotrequired@firedupfitness.ca. Thanks so much. I look forward to connecting with you.